I am Brother Anthony Okoye from the province of Nigeria, and as well as a Nigerian. I'm here representing the African region at the International Commission for Brothers Today. It is one of the commissions formed by the General Administration to oversee and to ensure practical, quality, coherent, and progressive formation across the different administrative units in the Institute. There are 5 provinces that make up the African region to which I belong. We have one of them to be Nigeria, and Nigeria is alone by herself as a province. We have Madagascar. Madagascar is equally alone by herself as a province. Then the third is Southern African Province. Southern African Province is made up of 6 countries. We have Angola, we have Mozambique, we have Zimbabwe, we have Malawi, we have Zambia, and we have South Africa. The 6 of them form what we call a Southern African Province. The fourth is Eastern African Province. The Eastern African Province is made up of 5 different African countries. We have Kenya, we have Rwanda, we have DRC Congo, we have Tanzania, and then Central African Republic. They all join together to form what we call East African Province. And we have West Africa. Lastly, but not the least, we have West African Province. West African Province is equally made up of 5 African countries. We have Liberia, we have Chad, we have Ghana, we have Cameroon, and we have Ghana. So they all form what we call West African Province. So in all, there are about 20 countries that really form what we refer to as African region. In the last symposium that was held in Kenya in the year 2023, it was agreed that Africa has to agree to unify and streamline her formation so that it will be uniform across the different administrative units. So then we now have 2 years of post-lancy program at the different administrative units, and then 2 years of novitiate program. And in African region, we have 3 different international novitiate formation centers. We have one at Salve, that is for East African Province. They, together with Madagascar, form the International Novitiate of Salve. We have West African Novitiate Center at Kumasi, Ghana. Together with Nigeria, form that particular novitiate we are calling Kumasi, Ghana. Then the last is Southern African Province that has her novitiate program or center at Matola in Mozambique. So these are the different stages that one has to complete before proceeding to MIC, where we now have the scholasticate for the region of Africa. Now, Africa has been booming. God so kind, there have been some workers in the vineyard of the Lord as it pleases the Lord to send us young brothers who are still very attractive, who are still very enchanting and vibrant to embrace the African life, the Marist life, so to speak. And in all, we are about 415 brothers in the entire region of Africa. So imagine a good number. And then we equally have close to about 35 novices across the different novitiates that form the African region. So it is a good thing, a good news that we are having these young men come to join us. But again, they also pose different challenges for us to be able to care for them, nurture them, and allow them to discern properly and to respond accordingly. So some of the challenges that we are facing and that we look forward to, hopefully that with God's grace we'll be able to address them squarely, will be the one of reconfiguration, which is where the Institute is actually heading to. So how will the different provinces come together to be just one region? Then the second is about culture. In Africa, the understanding of family is very different from the West. In African realities, we are so tied to our families that even while consecrating ourselves as religious, brothers still feel that they have responsibilities towards their family members. And this has some, it poses actually some challenges to us in the way we respond to our vocation, the way we live out the vows. Unlike in the West, we are probably everything seems to have been done at the basic level, providing social amenities for their people. So they don't really have much responsibility, so to speak, towards their family members. But for us in Africa, we are still there where if your mother, your father, your siblings are sick, they call you, you see, I'm not okay, I feel this, I feel that. And the brother is disturbed because he has to respond, since that is what the culture expects of him. So that is also one major challenge that we have. Then we have the one of a finance challenge. The economic situation in Africa does not mean that Africa as a region is not rich, but due to mismanagement, especially in terms of at the level of leadership, we are experiencing poverty as if we do not have resources. We do. So why it is a challenge is that there are certain facilities that should be provided in the different formation centers that will help brothers have the experience, candidates to say, have the experience of what it means to be creative, what it means to live this life with enthusiasm, with joy and passion. But some of these facilities are not there. And without these experiences, how would they be able to nurture and give life and hope to our world in terms of being creative and innovative? And also, how do the future brothers who will pass through this same line of formation have the experience if those ones who are already there are not experiencing some of what it means to live life to its fullest? Then lastly, there are other factors, but I just want to emphasize one of them more before I draw the curtain close for the challenges. This one that I want to talk about has to do with materialism and secularism, which again is observable in our world, even in the West. It is also down here in Africa. The young people no longer think of how to sacrifice, how to be patient, how to work hard. They look forward to shortcuts to success due to some trends that we have in our society today. We have Bet King, Bet Niger, Yahoo businesses, everybody looking for ways of making it because society is going towards if you have money, you have a voice. If you have money, you have power. If you have money, you have authority. So young people don't see the reason why they have to embrace a religious life. That we talk of the vows of obedience, poverty, and chastity, and all these things don't bring money, don't bring wealth, somehow the way they say it. So it becomes a very big challenge for us, for them embracing the life, especially with the concept of brotherhood in Africa, where people prefer more the priesthood, which is very prestigious, which is popular, which has power and authority, and they're allowed to have wealth. But for the brotherhood as a religious order, as religious life in the Catholic Church does not talk of amassing wealth or acquiring of wealth. So it becomes a very big problem for us. But God's so kind, like I said when I started this presentation, to say that God is still blessing us with workers in his vineyard. We hope that we'll be able to have the inner resources, the inspiration and the intuitions to be able to mitigate against some of these challenges and give life to Marist world in Africa. Thank you very much.